Hello and welcome back to John Builds. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be carrying on with this stuff with Camel. So I've actually just been gluing up some of these little jigs while I was waiting for some parts of the stuff with Camel had already built earlier in the day. So these are going to be used a little bit later in the build when we actually start to attach the obviously the bifold wings. So yeah, so we kind of use these as a little bit of a jig that's going to support the plane while we kind of add all the rest of the wings. So yeah, so I've built these up. Probably not going to see this and probably to about a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 more videos in the future. But now it's going to continue working on the second part of stage 19 a little bit more. I wanted to show you how we do a little bit of the adding the tension wires. Not a great deal into this one, but it's still before I'd be interested that you'd see how I did the process. So okay, so I'll go over to the second camera and I'll show you how I do this. Okay, so you can see we got the stuff with Camel on that I was working on in the last video. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I add these little tension wires. You can see I've added 2 tension wires. I need to add 2 more to this section. A little bit tricky, like I say, as you can see from this build. It's so delicate. It's also going to add on a little bit of this this photo etch part that I've added on this this section there. So I'm going to add this on the starboard section. Goes kind of there, and it just starts to tie everything together and makes everything a little bit more rigid. Okay, so if you know, I've mentioned it before, I'm not actually using the wire that came with the kit. This like thick wire. I don't particularly like it. I don't think you get enough tension on it. So what I'm actually using is just a little bit of a 100% polyester thread, and this is only I think it's there is a code on it somewhere. It's a 000, so I'm just using that. It's good enough that you can get a really nice tension on it. It's going to look fine. I've used it for all down this side. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is we literally got to put the tension wires from these little holes that parts that we fitted in the last video. So it's gonna be tricky. You have to kind of do a little bit on this side, and you have to turn it over and do a little bit on the other side. So like I say, as you know, it is actually not too bad for it to work on it upside down, because this little part there, kind of, when you turn it upside down, it actually keeps it quite flat. Okay, so when you turn it upside down first, make sure I've got you all nice in shot. Okay, so sometimes these holes can be a little bit get clogged up. So what I use my little drill, and this has got a 0.7 drill bit in. All I'm going to do is just make sure that the hole is not covered. Let's do the second one. So what I've noticed is some of the joins where we've attached some of these photo etch parts actually are coming loose. So yeah, I wasn't convinced about super glue, but I've actually now started using the contact adhesive, which seems to be a little bit stronger. But if these do fall off, and then I'll just have to reattach them as we go along. Okay, so what I'm going to do, get a little bit of this this cotton, and just kind of strengthen up the end and make it thread easier. I'm just going to feed it. In fact, just after you seal the ends, take a little bit off. I'm just going to thread it through that hole. So this way you need a good pair of tweezers. My tweezers are starting to get a little bit worn, but they still will do the job. Yeah, so I'm saying these some of these have not stuck that great, which is a bit disappointing when you come onto the the next stage, but it is kind of good to know this now rather than try and attach them and I'm coming off. And all we're going to do with this is just pull it through slightly and then just get another pair of tweezers, and we're just going to just tie it off in just a basic knot. Pull it tight and then just seal it off. A little bit of super glue. So I take these little shears, these are excellent shears, and then I'm going to cut it really fine. Okay, so now just give yourself plenty of cotton. Give yourself quite a bit and then just cut that off. And same again. Just seal the end of the cotton, a little bit of super glue. Rub it between your fingers and thumb. And then just take off the little bit at the end. And you get a nice bit of cotton there, should thread nice. Okay, so now we're going to turn it over. Let's use this issue 16 from the Lancaster bomber as a bit of just a prop, just to prop it up slightly. So I'm going to get my tweezers, pull this cotton through. On that way. So pull this cotton through. So now this is kind of on the top. So now I'm going to get the tweezers holding one piece. Get my other tweezers ready. This is where you come a little bit like Edward tweezer hands, because you don't want to. You want to make sure that you're not kind of making a knot. And there's 4 holes in this one, so you want to go into the second one and grab that with your other pair of tweezers, and then just make sure it's not trapping on anything. And you can pull that tight. So then on the next one, you want to go to that one. So that's the second one in from the left. Same again. Thread it in from the one side and pull it in with the other, and that's that through. And when we've got this little hole on the side, now we're just going to pull it through. And just feed that through, and then we're just going to pull it all the way through. So we can turn it back upside down, and just going to pull that nice and tight. So the key is to get a really tension on this is actually now a little bit of super glue on that hole and pull the cotton tight at the same time, and then that keeps that tight. And then what we can do then is just start to make a little knot again. Well, by putting the super glue on first, gives us that little bit of tension on the thread, rather than if you do a knot, by the time you pull it tight, it kind of gone a little bit loose. So I just found that's the best way. And we'll just do one more, but then this time we'll just put it into a basic knot. We'll just secure it, a little bit of super glue. And come back in with them little shears. Let's trim off the end. Okay, so I'm just going to do the next one and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've just added the second tensioning wire, and all I'm going to do now is just put a little touch of super glue just right where they meet in the middle. Like that. Secure them. That's pretty much what it looks like when you've added a couple of them tension wires. Okay, so now we're going to add this little bit of a photo etch part. I say these are handed, so you have to make sure that you, even though they look exactly the same, one has to be folded for the left hand side like that. So then you want one to be folded to the right hand side, so that's going to be folded. It's like the left hand's folded that way, you want this one folded to the right hand side. So I'm going to use these little duck nose pliers, and these are the ones that Mark and Mods gave me about 2 years ago now, so I use them. Find them quite handy, and kind of, to be fair, it's easier to fold them. But then you kind of, it's quite a tight little fold on that last section, so you have to just get right in and just really fold that a little bit, and then kind of flatten it off the best you can on that one. And that's that bit. Then we've got this little fold just there, but this only wants to be folded about 45 degrees. So I'll just put a slight fold on that one. Yeah, so I'll just put a slight 45 degrees bend on that one. Okay, so I'm going to attach this with a little bit of epoxy, not epoxy, with the impact adhesive. Found it worked quite nice on the last one. So this is a Evo stick, so I'm just going to put a little bit just on the top there. If there was ever a need for something that required a jig, this Sopwith Camel would be it. So we've got to feed this in, and this on the port side took quite a bit of well, playing about with it till I was actually happy. So I can imagine that this is no different. But the key is you need to kind of get it lined up on these edges there. So you have to get it in, and it kind of lines in. It's quite hard for me to say, yeah, it kind of lines in like that one. There it lines in inside them edges. So plenty of dry fitting first until you kind of get to a stage where you're happy. But that's how it needs to go, like that. So what I'm going to do is, there's only a couple of places actually any contact adhesive goes. This contact adhesive dries so quick, so I'm going to put a little bit on that section there, and then a bit just along this that front edge. I'm going to try and get this part back in. And what I did last time, I just got a peg and kind of pinched it on that parts there, and that held it while the contact adhesive dried. Yeah, so I'm just holding it with this peg while the contact adhesive dries. But from the top looking down, that's kind of how we look either side. Okay, just because of how that photo etch part was there, I couldn't really get this peg on it, just kept slipping off. So just put my little G-clamp out, and I'm actually just kind of gluing the two parts together now. I mean, the other one's set, it's been set for a while, but that one's there. That one will hold that one in while it kind of dries. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's little update. That was finishing off stage 19, obviously, so now on stage 20 we'll go off onto completely something else. I think we'll start working on this this little instrument panel next. So these ultimately need to be painted so it looks like a kind of wood grain, and all the instrument panel needs painting in. So then I think we add this in stage 20 and some more like the fuel tanks, and then I think stage 21 is that when we start to go on there adding these wings. So I hope you enjoyed that little video, just showing you how I just do the little tensioning wires. Quite tricky, you know what I mean? It's quite hard to kind of film something right, your hands in the way, but I hope I kind of give you a bit of an idea of what to do. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.